announcements.
I think we should add that to our tool. So like everything's auto-tweeted.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. GM, by the
Hi.
way. So you caught us
Monday.
like halfway through our little combo. We do have Dish and Moon Poppy waiting in the green room. They came in a little early. We're expecting them halfway through. So we are going to quickly jump into this, do our little intro video, and then we are going to jump right in with Moon Poppy and Jack in just a moment, talking all things Clanker. So retweet, recast, tell your friends. This is going to be a blast, and we'll be back in 40 seconds.
Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster.
GM Farcaster. It is Monday, August 25th, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, plus an interview with Jack Dishman and Moon Poppy from Clanker. Up first, give me 1 second because I need to tweet this out. I didn't finish my tweet because we need to let everybody know that they are here. And let's bring them up to the stage. Jack Dishman, Moon Poppy, welcome. We are so excited to have you here. Amazing. So excited to have you here. And we were just talking about our backgrounds. I'm rocking the background that you guys had at Onchain Summit, which we're going to talk about because you guys were just there and it looked amazing, and I was getting ridiculous FOMO. I was hanging on the stream for a little bit. And Adrian's rocking the Clanker token launcher from Boston.
Love it.
Love it. Boston, Mass.
We did see you on the stream, and it was awesome to see you there and everyone. And it was kind of my first time streaming. Moon's got an awesome setup. Yeah, thank you.
It was fun. It was like, I was like, oh, we should just do this next time, Adrian. They literally just had their stream set up in the booth, and they were just like, people were just coming in. And it was so funny because Q and Phil came in, started talking with Jack, and then all of a sudden, and Moon Poppy, you might be muted. I'm not hearing you, but I'm seeing you go like this. And it was so fun. And they just like took over the stream. And it was hilarious. Like all of a sudden, like Jack's like had to go talk to somebody, and they were just sitting there and they're telling people about Clanker because they know everything. So
that was actually so cool. I had stepped down because there was some sneakers downstairs that I was checking out.
Right.
And so I come back to that. I come back to Phil, like someone comes and asks him like what Clanker is, and he gives them like the whole rundown and everything. And I mean, frankly, like that was just the coolest thing to see.
By the way, the said sneakers. How freaking cool are these Banker Clanker sneakers? Like these are so freaking cool.
It was not
amazing.
Like any conference or event I've ever been to. It was really cool.
You know, we started hearing a little buzz about it from people who were going, but I didn't really know anything about it, so it didn't get on my radar soon enough to like actually go. And then as I'm watching you guys in the booth, I'm like, okay, I have major FOMO now. I have such FOMO. And then when the sneakers came on screen, I'm like, okay, now.
Now, those guys don't play around at throwing events. Like that was really, really something else to go to.
And who was that who organized it? It was the guy who launched Dimes. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Kevin, he's such a cool guy. He's very like in sync with kind of like the San Francisco nightlife events. Very close to the base team. Jesse and Chinton were there. And it was really awesome just to see like the hackathon participants there, all of like the base ecosystem, a lot of tokens that I wasn't really aware of were there too. So it was really cool kind of
Awesome.
getting a nice mixture of like builders, traders, and kind of everyone in between.
Here's my my shot of Phil and Q taking over the booth. So funny. So funny. It really was. It was a riot. It was a riot. Phil's a great salesperson for you guys.
Is that not Jake at the booth?
Well, funny enough, guess what he was talking about the whole time?
Base colors?
QR. He was talking about QR.
QR.
Yeah. I'm like, and I even said it he didn't notice it in the chat, but he said something about, Jake. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh, yeah, Jake.
We had that QR. I don't know if you can see it too well, but we had this QR here at the booth.
Cool.
We won that. Yeah, Jack won the auction for the day, and it actually pointed to a composed cast that would tag Clanker. Maybe you guys had seen like that copy pasta kind of going around. Yes,
we did. I did,
yeah.
and I couldn't figure out what the heck was happening because I was like, okay, some of you guys are not there. Like, how are you even doing it? I'm like, what is happening right now?
That is so interesting. A QR auction that doesn't point. I mean, obviously it's a URL, but it triggers a cast composer.
This was
go ahead.
It was kind of our way of announcing the in-feed airdrops to people you follow. And I feel like, this was kind of our way just to kind of like spread the word about the new feature, as well as also, with the QR code at the table, making, just spreading the word about clanking. And then also shout out to Utkarsh at FBI for spinning up the call to clank phone number again. So people are calling in, deploying clankers through the phone.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, there were so many cool things happening there. I was like, what is going on? But that was really neat. So you mentioned, okay, we got to take a step back because we kind of jumped ahead and jumped right into the fun stuff. Not that this isn't fun stuff also, but I do want to talk about the recent airdrop launch. So let's actually jump back even one more step. Clanker V4 has launched. So what are the differences in this new version? And then let's talk about the airdrop in feed, because that is very, very cool. So did we lose? Jack looks frozen.
I think I'm definitely frozen. It's on my camera phone, or my phone camera. But yeah, happy to. I'm kind of glad this is the phrase or my face and not a worse one. But yeah. Anyways,
there we go.
You're back.
So glad.
So just always keep a good face, and that way, if you breathe, you look great.
It's always kind of a hit or miss here, but yeah, we're super excited to get V4 out. It introduces a couple of new features. One of these is dynamic fees, which we've seen a couple that have done pretty well in terms of like maximizing that liquidity. Or I guess the first part is dynamic fees, where based on how many traders are swapping the token, the fees can fluctuate in percentages. It can go, it flats out at 1%, but during high times of trading, it can go up to 5%. And this is kind of just like maximizing kind of like those creator rewards during those busy times. The second one that I was kind of
is it also helping with the bots a little bit? Like, is it anything with that as well?
We have Lily put out a sniper report. I think it was on Friday or Saturday about just kind of our preliminary insights. Yes. So what we found was basically with V4, we started kind of training these snipers, or Moon. What are we calling them now? It's a new acronym.
Well, no. Snipers are there, but we're calling regular traders non-automated buyers.
Okay.
Non-automated
buyers. Okay.
Yeah.
So the automated buyers, they're placing orders at a few blocks after launch, and we've seen that this can partially help with it, but with V4.1, which is actually deployed on base mainnet already, we're just going through the implementation process there. Just like Lily says here, it'll be a decaying fee mechanism at start. So those automated buys, the abs will be paying a higher price for those first 30 seconds. This is also configurable. So this is kind of one of those things that we're just going to play around with, see what works. But yeah, basically like kind of it's what V4 did introduce was these block auctions for priority bids in terms of like whoever wants to get the first purchase has to pay a higher fee, which goes directly to the creator there. I think I paused again.
Oh, that's okay. We can hear you. You still look good. That's good. You got a good face for this. So this is working out well.
Thank you.
So
there we go.
So when you're talking about the configurable thingies here, we've got a lot of different. You have a lot more options now when you're launching a Clanker from Clanker.world. Does everything translate over when you just tag Clanker, or no? Only certain things, like in terms of what you can configure?
Yep. So all of the fees now will be deployed with our kind of our recommended configuration, which is those dynamic fees. But again, like if you want to kind of go deeper, we've seen some projects want to do like the static fees, whether it's 1%, 3%, things like that. Those are, that would be like the legacy version there, where you can like customize it. And another big thing is that we also introduced the options to take the fees in the paired token or the quote token, which is generally like wrapped Ethereum. Or if you want to just take it in the new Clanker token, these are in addition to kind of what was default before, which was just taking fees on both sides of the swap. But yeah, that was kind of a new one there. And yeah, like basically the idea here is just introducing Clanker extensions. These are like these will all live under the same factory contract. What V4.1 also introduces is kind of this idea of these Clanker pool extensions, which we're really excited about. These will be things that you can add to the post swap hook. There's one that we're building right now it's a buyback and burn hook. So what this will do is you can deploy a new token that will automatically buy back a designated token during the swaps there. So this is kind of like the flywheel mechanism that we're working towards here. We saw this kind of like with these, like maybe it's like project coins. I think retake has been super popular recently. Maybe it's like a retake, right? If they want to buy back some of that retake token with those fees there, that's how it would be working.
So you would be able to configure it with you're doing a buyback and burn of any other token? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be your own?
Yeah, it's choose your own, really. So like this is potential. Like so, one question that we kind of got at the Onchain Summit that actually kind of stumped me, because again, like we met like other token teams on base, and they're like, hey, like how could I potentially like work with you guys, right? And like the natural first thing is like migration, and like history has told us that that's not the best, right? So that kind of stumped me, and so this is definitely something that you could do. You could launch some extra Clanker for a feature and then have it buy back your canonical token,
your regular whatever your protocol project token, something like that.
It's just,
or even like you. I'm thinking like somebody like Toady Hawk, for example, if he has his own Clanker or his own thing, but he wants to buy back better and burn it or something like that, or he launches some like random token, like you could set it up that way, where it might be something that's a little more ephemeral, but he wants it to benefit the more long-term project or something. A lot of interesting things there. Yeah. Well, you just got my brain clicking too, because I've been thinking about this with the cast out token. So we're going to launch cast out again. We're doing it, a couple times a year, and we have this original V1 Clank from October of whenever that was, or November, whenever that was, forever ago. And it doesn't have all the features. It doesn't have all the things. I can't do as much with it. So this would be a really interesting option because I was trying to figure out, I want to be able to benefit the original holders. I was going to do some airdrops and things like that, but I'm like, what else could I do? And this might be a way to, I could figure some configurations around that where it doesn't hurt the people who hold the original. It may even actually help them more.
And
So
really you could slice it both ways too, right? There's nothing that says you can't airdrop on the front end to the stakeholders, and on the back, take care of them twice.
And that's the other thing you launched with this V4 too, is this built-in airdrop too, like option that you can use, which is very cool as well. So I like that also, that you have this built-in, the extension airdrop, and then you've also got the pre-clank. Okay, explain pre-clank. Explain the pre-clank.
So pre-clank is kind of a way where you can autofill or pre-fill all of the token configuration without actually deploying it yet. So basically, you would pre-populate all of those, just the deployment configuration, and then during a pre-clank, or when you're setting up a pre-clank, you define a keyword, which will actually trigger the deployment in a cast. So this would be like, if you wanted, you would include the Clanker tag as well as a secret keyword that would actually trigger the deployment. And then Clanker just responds with that like pre-configured token at time of cast.
Cool. Very cool. Does it allow you, I know there were some limitations on that as to what you could add to those configurations for that. Has that changed? Can you do everything now, or is it still like a little smaller?
We are still working. Yeah, we are still working through, like, one thing is like a dev buy, right? Since we are deploying the tokens on behalf of the users, basically just with a independent EOA that just triggers the transaction. The dev buys are still something that we're working through. We don't have like a scalable solution quite yet. But yeah, everything else should work just right off the bat. But yeah, that's something that like we could potentially do with like in terms of just like payment, I guess, like things like that. But yeah, still working through that.
That would be cool, because I think that's like one thing that I thought also when you added the dev buys and or I think it's also noted as creator buy. Such a useful thing, because early on when I like the early clankers I did, like cast out, I had to then go in and buy it. And when you put it out there, and especially if you have a little bit of a higher follower count, there are people like watching for you to launch stuff. And they go and they jump right on it. Not even like the bots, but like actual people. And then all of a sudden you go to buy your own token and it's like, this is too expensive. It's my own freaking token. I can't even buy any.
Yeah, many such cases.
That's the problem with the cast out one. Like, I don't have enough to give away. I don't even have enough because I wasn't able to acquire enough. So it's fun.
Yeah, I think hopefully now with the airdrop and the vaulting, there's kind of like the both sides where you can allocate some for the team and also the community at launch. And so great. And I
love all these features. You guys are adding just so many cool, amazing configurations, and then watching the other projects that are building on top of it and like what they're coming up with. So cool. Like Retake's a great example. We went in and did our first retake last week. Was it only last week, I think? And it launched my token, and of course I forgot to tell some people that I was doing that, and I got in trouble, and it's fun things like that. My cabal was not happy. They were like, "Why don't you're supposed to tell us when you're going to do this stuff?" I'm like, I forgot.
I had to top blast the token, so it's okay.
I think Mika, who's in our chat right now, I think they might have been the top ones too. I mean, they were giving out that was another thing with that particular configuration. I don't have any. Like, I didn't have any when I launched it. Like, I didn't so I didn't have it in my wallet. I couldn't tip it. I couldn't tip it out. Like, I had to do all this like buying and then putting it in the right wallet and be able to tip it out. So Mika was tipping out people in the chat before I even could. And I'm like, thank you. Let me send you
Oh.
some now.
You don't
That
even
was
have
funny.
to do it. Look at that, right?
I know. I had like a nice little community member doing it for me. So it's amazing to see like people taking all these tools that you're creating and like watching them come up with their own ideas, and it's just amazing. Well, and I think the biggest example of that, of course, is Banker. So going back to the shoes, going back to where we started, like incredible.
Yeah, it's just
Deployer's crazy. He's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy dad.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
He's awesome. I love all his builds. I've been such a fan of his for such a long time. I think Nethria, his frame was like the first or second like actually decent frame back in the day.
I don't remember that one. What was that one?
Yeah, it was kind of an old school like text-based RPG, and Nethria was this name of like this rogue AI like 100 years in the future. And you had to you could press like a couple different commands like attack, steal, or like different things to try to like fight and beat Nethria. And if you did, I think if you were like one of the first people to beat it, or like the first 10, I think Deployer sent you like an NFT that he used to work on. So I thought it was fun. And so after that, I was just like, yeah, this guy rocks.
This guy rocks. I don't remember that. I don't remember that particular frame. That's funny. And I think I thought I've tried all of them. But that's very cool. Okay, let me jump back to so we talked a little bit about V4, but I want to jump to now what you were just talking about with airdrops in the feed. So this just launched, right? Just this past weekend, or I don't even know. Just like a day ago. In-feed airdrops are now live. And this goes to anyone you follow, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's people you follow. Carter actually pushed this to production like a week ago or maybe longer. But we just didn't have like the right like go to market for it. We actually didn't even talk about it publicly. So we were kind of waiting until Onchain Summit to kind of like publicly announce it. And it was really cool seeing, everyone kind of like experimenting it just to really get the word out about it. Kind of one of our big things is like, revamping the bot, making it be smarter and be able to pull in more context. So this was, one of our kind of like our fun, like little hackathon projects that we just pushed out, and we're excited to see how people use it.
Very cool. I love it. Yes to crypto. I'm 100x long. Nounish Prof is that good. NFA, DYOR, all the things. This is probably a good opportunity to moment to say, like, please keep in mind that cryptocurrency is volatile, and please proceed with caution. Especially meme coins.
It is not good.
Especially meme coins. So please.
It is very bad. It is very bad.
Careful. Please be careful out there. We don't want to. We don't want anyone to be losing money on Nounish Prof. I'll be doing some things with it, but who knows what. So NFA. I will use it within retake for sure. I also added it to co-build, which we were going to talk about at the top of the top half, and we didn't get to that. But co-build's brand new by Rocket Man. And if you're not familiar with Rocket Man, and we'll dive into more about that when we get to our regular Farcaster news part. But Rocket Man's from the Nouns community, and so I've known him for a while. Crack dev, like crazy good, and this is very cool. So I added my Nounish Prof Clanker. So anytime, so people are like buying it when they like things. It's kind of a wild mechanism.
I got to meet Rocket Man at in SF.
Oh, cool. Was this a hackathon project that he did? Or maybe it was.
I forget if it was.
I don't think it was for this one though.
Okay. I was thinking maybe he did it during Onchain Summit.
Hold on, Dill's saying it is from the hackathon.
Is it?
I think, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I co-build from Onchain Summit hackathon.
There we go. Nice.
Very cool.
That's pretty impressive. So like built in a day, launched on a weekend, and now Biology's using it. What?
Biology's using it?
Didn't I see that? Maybe,
is he really?
Maybe not.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
He's that kind of guy.
So cool to see.
By the way, Balaji's token, which is not a Clanker, but is now like the 4th highest in my warplet, out of nowhere. I was like, where did that come from? That was wild.
Oh,
You
maybe
know, my bags
are the noise.
My
Maybe
bags
he's
are teeny. Yeah, it was just a weird thing. Yeah,
we respect the pump.
Exactly.
Always respect the pump. Always respect the pump.
I was saving co-build for later, but I might have to just go grab that real quick because that is a very cool cool project, and it's really impressive because it's taking in all different kinds of let me see if I can find it. All different kinds of tokens. So it's any token really, I think. You can add in there. So, but if you search, it'll pull one up for you. Why can't I find it right now? Like if you search under your name, it will find it. So I was finding tokens that I didn't know existed. So it actually helped me find one, which was a fake. So I was like, oh, hi there. Because as soon as I launched a token, all of a sudden there's, other ones out there. So, because as that happens, because I had never launched one in my name before. So I was able to, so this is the first time was when I did retake, and I was like, oh shit, here they come. So I now have the one that was launched through retake is now pinned to my profile. So it's the right one. Anyway, so here is co-build. Very cool. Very cool little mini app. And the way it works is you buy anyone's coin when you like, comment, or follow them on Farcaster. So you're buying their coin if they have it set up within co-build. Super easy to set up. And go check it out if you have any token creator coins or anything like that. It's really cool. It is very cool.
It's actually it's slick. It is slick. I like it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
We support hackathon participants.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's got me logged in, but mine is set up to do my token. So you can see that. Yeah, I don't think I'm fully logged in or something because it's not showing my portfolio. But as I'm liking things too, so you can set a budget in here. So as I'm liking, and I was like, okay, I like too liberally, so I can't make these 10 cents each. It's ridiculous. But as you're liking, instead of just giving a tip, you're buying the person's token. So there's a potential upside for you as well. So it's a really interesting mechanism. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then he took a little break. He needed a break after 40-hour bender.
I respect it. He deserves it.
He took a little break. But this one is really cool, and it's really cool to see what people are building. The other one I know you were working with, Dish, or talked to them at least, was the Cody project. And did they win the whole thing?
Won.
I think they won,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
It was it was so cool just like, sitting down with the team and walking them through the deployment, kind of getting, real-time user or product feedback. And they pushed out a really polished app, and super fun too. I think yesterday was like a $1,200 payout for the prize pool.
Wow.
It was awesome. They flew in from Madrid, and pushed this out. They came over from WorldCoin actually, which was really cool to see. Was this something they adapted, like an app they had built for WorldCoin, or okay?
Yeah, I think.
No wonder it was so good. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, it was one of the top apps on WorldCoin, if not the top. And they just said, hey, why not for base? Awesome.
And it's okay, so I played it yesterday. It's not going to let me play it in the web one for some reason. And I honestly don't want to because I spent so much money. It's $1. It was $1 each time you tried to crack the code, and you're cracking it with emojis. And like the first time I got to like 79%, and then the second time I got to 84, and I could not get higher than that. And it was making me insane. Because I'm like, I know I'm close. I'm like, I've got to be close. And you're putting like 6 emojis together in an order, and it'll unlock the prize. But it's costing you $1 every time, and you're like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. I've gotta stop. I'm not gonna get this, and I need to walk away now. So but it was really cool.
I think they want to kind of make it more social too, where it's you actually have to
Yeah.
collaborate to crack a lot of these codes.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Yeah, so Gon, one of the guys from the Cody team was, yeah, exactly what Jack said. Just that you had to like, the idea was that you would then maybe talk to Adrian and be like, hey, like, Adrian, you got a 90 score, I got an 84. Like, what did we have similar? Like, kind of things like that. And so you're supposed to cabal and
That would have been smart of me to think about. Like, there's a million things I could have done like that. Or I could have
Yeah.
like asked ChatGPT, which I didn't even bother. I don't know why it didn't even cross my mind. I was so like fixated that like this is my type of game. I can figure this out. I'm so close, and it was making me nuts. It was making me nuts. I was in that mode of like, I know I can do this. There's a lot of games where I'm like, I don't know, I don't care, I'm done. I'm not even going to try anymore. But this one, I was like, oh, I can figure this out, and I was like, okay, you got to stop. I contributed a lot to that prize pool yesterday.
It's kind of like Wordle, where you just I Wordle, but I guess harder because I don't know. I guess it's just puzzles are not for me. I feel like it's.
I am not good with word games at all, and usually what happens with me when I play Wordle, but I actually usually just play Framedle, is at some point I go, okay, I'm going to that Merriam-Webster dictionary. Here's 5 letters. I've got this, this, and this. Help me figure this out. And I just give up. So mini word, you will never see me at the top of the leaderboard ever.
But yeah, it was really awesome to see those guys win. And while they were on stage, they're talking about this awesome app, and then they go, hey, by the way, we have a token. And you could literally see everyone in the room like in real time. Like, that was like so interesting to see, because like it also shows you tokens are like advertising, right? Like, you might try the app, but now that you know it has a token, whoa, let me go check that out. What did I buy? And so they ended up making more money in fees than the top hackathon prize.
Wow.
Like,
that's wild. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, it was like pretty incredible. So those guys love us. They gave us huge hugs before they wrote out. But yeah, so it's really cool. I don't know, it just shows how powerful all this kind of stuff is.
Amazing. I love that. And I did see somebody else shout you out. I'm looking for it right here. Oh, here it is. This was from one of the Steves. You definitely, and this was in response to you had cast a dish. If I can help one person, team, project succeed in pursuing their passion idea, then I know we're on the right track. And I'm assuming like that was actually probably in response to Cody and them winning.
Totally.
And stuff like that.
I think that's really what it's all about. Just like helping people just build and making it super easy for them. But yeah, what was that? I think it was yesterday. I hopped on a call with SVVG, and it was kind of similar to kind of the hackathon, just kind of walking through the deployment configuration, answering any questions. And to me, like, that's the most enjoyable part of, everything about Clanker. It's just, kind of like seeing the shock in real time, like, whoa, but this was really cool. Minted merch. It's awesome to see kind of like these companies or small businesses deploying on-chain capital or assets and using it. It's really cool to see like an app. They have a really polished mini app too, and I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, and I just want to kind of read this to make sure everyone who might just be listening. This is from SVVVG3. You definitely did this for me. Cannot thank you enough for all the help and hopping on a call before launch to make sure we were all good. Also, shout out to Apex777, who's also an amazing dev, Deployer, incredible dev, Toady Hawk, Burberry, our friends, for being there for all our questions, moral support. Been a crazy day, but a good reminder of the amazing people we're surrounded by on Farcaster. Love seeing that love going out on the timeline. And we were, I had some SVVVG, I had some minted merch links ready to go, but they weren't quite ready for this part. But let me just show that real quick, because this project's been around for a while, but they've upped their game. So minted merch was founded by Cat Cartel.eth and myself, It's been around for a few years. It's time to expand our ecosystem, introducing $minted merch. Hold to unlock collab partner access, the ability to order custom merch, access to the Merch Moguls chat. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and say that was a toady. That was the toady ad right there. Guarantee you. The name, chat, that was Toadie's contribution here. Chat on Farcaster plus 15% off store-wide while you hold. More info TBA. Yes, we clanked it. And yes, there will be upcoming airdrops for those checking in daily on the Minted Merch mini app. So very cool.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that was great. There were so many things as I was getting links ready today. I was pulling the ones like I was going to definitely talk with you about, but like half of these were also over in like just our regular news. Because there's so many projects that are either building on top of Clanker or they have a token that they're using as integrated as part of their project. What are you seeing right now that you're really excited about? Like, what are the projects? What are the use cases, I guess is a better word, for Clankers that you're seeing that like are getting you excited moving into like this next phase here?
Totally. Even this morning, I woke up to see GIF popping off again.
Yeah.
What started as the cast action. Yeah. It's a V0. It started with the cast action, but they pushed out a really polished mini app. And it's it's token gated to a part where it's only about like $3 to $5 to hold. I think it's 5 million. I think it's you unlock like premium gifts. But kind of like seeing those.
Adrian, is that one you actually bought? Were you ready? Did you? She unlocked. I saw her casting gifs today.
I did.
Okay.
And obsessed, like the difference between, so there was a mini app before. Not a mini app, a cast.
It was a frame.
Composer action.
A cast action, yeah.
And it was free to use, or you could pay up for premium. And I only use the free. Don't tell anyone, because if something is free, I'm going to use it. Anyway, so they took it away. They took away the cast action, so spun up a mini app, and it was like he made it so easy to swap and buy.
Yeah.
It was 5 million GIF, whatever. So I think it was a few bucks. So easy. I love the whole mechanism. So yes, I bought. It
was like, this is one she definitely bought.
But utility, people, it's utility. It wasn't like eating in like, oh, it's going to go up. Going to
Adrian,
make my money.
hit it.
What?
Hit the thing.
So,
hit the thing. You're going to hit the thing.
Okay, so
we have some sound effects.
What would the token do? What would the token do? What would the token do? What would the token do?
Anyway, you got to ask
that
yourself.
Dan?
That's Dan Romero. That's DWR. Reminding
That's
you
too funny.
how.
Yeah.
What would
the token
What would the token do?
do?
What would the token do?
It sounds like my internal voice monologue.
It did
you'll hear it in your sleep.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're seeing in this like sort of next round is more project tokens and things like that. So yeah, so GIF or GIF, I will call it GIF forever. What other projects are you seeing that you're like really excited about that you feel like that are sort of taking the Clanker to the next level?
Well, Moon, you want to go? You want to put one out there?
Yeah. I mean, we could talk just old projects that have been around for some time. QR has been amazing. It's so simple. The fact that we get to support him and he gets to help us out, like at our booth, is incredible. Like just little things like that. So it's simple. I've seen the opposites guys. I've seen a handful of people. I think you have to lock up some amount of their token to get like design consulting from them. I've seen a handful of people do that. I talk about retake a lot, mostly because I'm a streamer, and I know I love that. We were streaming live from the booth. You guys used it the other day. That's been really interesting. I think the live aspect of a token really hasn't been like explored too crazy. That one
Oh,
was
by the
really
way,
interesting. Though.
I did a
Yeah.
Clankermon reveal on Retake.
Oh yeah,
So,
sorry, yeah.
yeah.
Clankermon. Oh my
That's
gosh,
what I was gonna
Clankermon
say.
got
Yeah.
such a makeover. Like, wow, that's been like really fun to
Huge.
use, and seeing people kind of like, you can see them like kind of like similar how I'm sorry, what was the app earlier from the hackathon? Combine or
Co-build?
what was it? Co-build. Sorry, I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, co-build. Like, just bring your own token community to this thing. And I've already seen like a handful of people get really, really psyched on like, they're like, oh, I'm included? Okay, fun. I can share this. We're talking about my bags here. Perfect.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome to see Matthew figure out and reveal. I don't know. Do you have more, Jack? I don't know. There's so many.
I mean,
yeah.
And we do
I've
we do have
been-
Matthew and
yeah.
Eric coming on Wednesday to talk about
Oh.
Clankermon. So mostly because I'm like, I don't know what to do with these. I'm afraid to touch the dungeons and I need help. So can you come on and talk about the freaking dungeons? Because I don't know what to do. So yeah, they're going to be on Wednesday to talk about Clankermon.
Basically, like the whole flight back last night, I was just playing Clankermon, just trying to level up my mons. I was just buying a bunch of mons. There's only like a limited supply that are available
I
for
know.
sale.
I already maxed out.
So
They're
I wanted
I
to
limited.
think
buy
I
more.
did too.
I wanted to buy more. I maxed out. You can only buy 5.
It's
And they weren't cheap.
those
They weren't cheap, but I didn't even
Yeah.
hesitate. Like,
exactly. And
didn't even
it's
hesitate.
cool how you can pay with any token too, right? It like doesn't have to just be Clankermon. I think that's really fun. And I honestly like I just love to see the resurgence of these, these OG tokens, right? I think like Runner's a good example, right? Where Darko and JP, they built out a fitness app basically for leaderboards, where that you can actually make Runner off of running.
Oh, I didn't know
and, like,
that. I don't
those-
think I've seen that one yet. Oh, cool. That's cool. I'll have to
It was a quality JP cook as always. But yeah, it's really cool to see those. Also, there's really cool just talking to like other projects at Onchain Summit that weren't they were token curious, but they weren't fully sure about it. I like to give, it was fun for me to kind of give like the pros of having a token, but also like, the cons. And you're like, I don't know, not like responsibilities, but like, what people might expect if they do launch a token. And just kind of like, talking about it, seeing like, hearing other people's use cases, in terms of like taking that in for our product, but also like just helping us kind of like, figure out kind of like what's the next meta that people are thinking about. That's really fun.
What's your advice to somebody who's new and thinking about launching a token? What are you talking about in terms of pros and cons there?
Totally.
Like
yeah. I think tokens are really nice at, attention gathering, and also like kind of gathering a community around it, spreading the word about it, especially like during these feature launches, or product launches. I think it also can kind of like, outside of like, the fees generated, it can be nice to kind of like help offset, whether it's, Vercel costs or these kind of technical costs.
That's a good point.
So like kind of like that, those are kind of like, positives. I think like the negatives can be like, if, just talking about like token safety, right? Like making sure that like, the best practice is when deploying, giving out tokens, maybe like not allocating too much for the team or for airdrops, because that can run into like liquidity issues. I like to stress kind of like the vesting option too, if you are going to kind of like launch, invest, or airdrop a large supply. And also kind of like just the expectations to set with like buyers, right? I'm a big believer of like not over promising. And basically like just being like transparent with people in terms of like what you want to do with the token. So just like kind of making sure that like there's kind of both sides to it. And yeah, I think it's like it's a really fun experience. It can be stressful, and what we like to do is just like help guide through the process. I never like to pressure people into like deploying tokens. I think it's just like there are benefits. I think there are some drawbacks too in terms of like what you can do with it. And also like, keeping flexibility for also like hiring new people or, bringing on
Yeah.
team members and kind of like those sharing incentives there. But yeah, I think tokens like are like, I like to say this a lot. It's like a blank canvas, and the creators are just the artists that are painting the picture that they want to tell or they want to show to the world. And we're here to kind of like provide, the easel, the paint brushes, to kind of make whatever they want to build with it.
And I love how, so on the site, you have the champagne clankers, which are really fun. And those are sort of the ones that have solid projects. You're familiar with them, like, the teams. So these are ones that like you're curating, I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Is that how they're being determined, or is it more like they're just popping off? They have some good metrics.
These
Like,
are,
how are these determined?
these are very manual right now. So like I've just been kind of adding what I like to like for champagne clankers to me are just like tokens that have like that embody what I believe means to, be a clanker or to kind of like have those characteristics there. And also just like, I like to highlight kind of novel use cases of these tokens and how they're being used. I think every one in there tells a story of, clanker history, lore, and just like kind of like building the culture around clanker.
I definitely see some lore in here.
Yeah.
There's
There
a
we
lot
go.
of lore.
There's some
Lots
lore.
of lore.
A lot of good ones in here for sure, and a lot of creators as well. There's some creators, there's artists, there's projects, there's a lot of different use cases. There's runner, but I love these. I think this is a great place to start for sure.
Should I add? Tell me. I feel like I need to add a token for you if it's like.
Oh
GM
God,
Farcaster
I don't think it's time for that. I don't think it's time for
let me
that
know.
yet.
Let me know when it is. Because I feel like
yeah, definitely not. I don't want the pressure of my Nounish Prof one on there. I'd love to get cast out to a point where it's worthy of that, but I feel like it needs to be worthy of that.
maybe next season.
Yes, I think next season. That's a good timing. That's good timing. We haven't launched a GM Farcaster token. So by the way, let me say that again clearly so that in case anyone's buying GM Farcaster tokens out there, they're not ours. Because we wanted to be very intentional about it for kind of exactly some of the things you just said about thinking about launching a token. What would the token do? That is our go-to motto there.
What would the token do? What would the
Exactly.
token do?
That's too good.
We literally hear that in our heads every time we discuss whether or not we should launch a token. So we've kind of been a little hesitant on doing that. We just wanted to make sense. So I've launched a bunch for different reasons. Like I've launched them just for fun. I've launched them for cast out. I launched it because, I launched things because I just wanted to play around with it. I have a Festivus token. You will only see that on December 23rd. It will only get activation. Or I did actually send some to Brad Q because he did a little Seinfeld thing this weekend. So like fun things like that, I think are, just you can do those and they have very low, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like you owe a lot.
Yeah.
There's, very clear expectations that this is just for fun. And then if you're doing something for a project, I feel like you have to think a little more carefully and just like be a little more intentional because there's going to be a different expectation set. And I know so I want to make sure we do it when we do it at the right time for the right reason. So
I think a lot of us frankly have just PTSD from like previous cycles of crypto. Like in 2017, like, everything was like, what's the utility of this coin? And so then you had like these very professional teams that were able to look professional, but it was all vapor and stuff like that.
Total vaporware.
And again, like they just bring in this idea that it's like it has to have this utility. And like, I mean, I don't think, for example, like even like Jesse or whatever, he's like not wrong about like this tokenized kind of everything like thing. Like as more tokens come out, less and less people are going to be like, oh, well, what does it do? They're just going to get it.
Exactly.
So I think.
I think it's just taking time. I think it's taking time. And I think that's been a lot of the concern from creators too, is like, we don't want the pressure of, make number go up because we've seen that, if you were in any discords in 2021, you've seen founders just get pounded who were
Oh,
legit,
of course.
and they were
you have people
legit
blaming
doing
you
things.
for
Exactly.
you get people blaming you for economic downturn, and it's like, dude, everything like
It's like,
stocks got wrecked.
I
in
didn't
these times.
launch the tariffs. It's not my fault.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
I think that we're gonna be seeing like growing pains for like that kind of thing probably for some time to come. But like I think there's a future where people just everything is tokenized, and it's just everything's a token.
yeah.
So
And I think that is true. And I do see it coming. And I think there's a few different ways to get there, but I've been, a big fan of Clanker in particular, because I just like the way you guys approach things, and it feels very like it doesn't feel like I'm being pressured to do anything. It doesn't feel like, I trust the site. I feel like you guys are just building some really cool stuff. And then seeing all the different iterations and the new things you got in there, it's just awesome. Like there's so many cool things you can play around with. So I don't know if you remember this, but last semester, so I do a tokenomics assignment in my class every semester. Last semester, I had them look at Clanker and like integrate that. Like if you were going to launch one, what would you use for configurations? And it didn't have half of the configurations it has now. So I'm really interested this semester. I haven't had them launch one yet because I've always been a little leery. The lawyer in me has been leery of this. This might be different this semester. We'll see. But we'll definitely dive in more thoroughly into those configurations, because then it gets them thinking about, okay, what does it mean to vest or, do this sort of set aside where it doesn't unlock until a certain date, and what does that do for you, and how does that help, and what do you do when you airdrop? What is that, what are the reasons for doing that, and how that can be helpful, or how can it hurt you, and kind of helping to think through tokenomics through that lens is just a more hands-on way for them to understand. So, and just, I don't know if you're aware, like I teach a class on blockchain to entrepreneurship students. So it's really about building, and this is going to be really helpful this semester to be able to show them other projects, something like minted merch or QR, where they're doing something you could do in Web 2, but with a different kind of twist on it that connects with tokens. And like, I think that's going to be really, it's going to be like, I feel like we're finally getting to the point where this class makes more sense now for entrepreneurship students, where it felt like I spent a lot of time talking about things that were coming in the future. And now they're kind of, a lot of them are here, and it's exciting. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun semester.
Is so awesome.
Yeah.
Please, I'm curious to see kind of what creative, use cases, or kind of like what these bright pupils are thinking about, like tokens.
We'll see. If they come up with something good, I'll share it. This is also going to be.
Let us know how we can help too. We'd love to,
we're gonna
help
have
in any way we can.
Exactly.
Awesome.
We're gonna have to create like a Clanker University banner on our page soon.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I think that, this is going to be the first semester where I bring them on to Farcaster. They're also going to have, I think they're going to have access to beta for the base app as well. And then I'm also going to give them a rainbow wallet, because I'm like, okay, I still haven't figured out how to safely, for them who are brand new and don't know anything about anything, I don't really want them exporting keys and stuff like that. So being able to have an external wallet as well. So it's going to be like, tonight's going to be wallet class where they're downloading everything. So you're going to start to see them pop up a little bit, which I haven't done before. I've kept these worlds separate, and now I feel like
colliding.
The worlds are colliding. So we're going to see how it goes, but you might see them popping around. I think what I'm going to do is try and get them to compete a little bit, and we'll launch one token. So I don't want to launch like 30. I want to launch one, have them come up with the best idea and launch one. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
Make it a group project, so there's no one person accountable.
Yes, exactly. That's what we like. Group projects.
It would be really cool to also like if you do launch with Clanker, like kind of like splitting the rewards like with the entire class or something, just to kind of like fund their wallet or something like that.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
So the way I always fund their wallet personally So I have always like done this for years where I give them all like about $5 worth of ETH just so we can do stuff, just so they can buy NFTs, they can buy things, so they can. And this, I shouldn't say I've always done this. I've only been able to do it since Base launched. Before that, we were just mainnet, and I wasn't going to do that because it was going to be way too expensive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But now we can, you know, it's just to cover gas, just to cover things, be able to do some swaps. So they learn how to swap, they learn how to buy things, they learn how to do stuff. So yeah, I'll be doing that. But then I'm like, okay, I really do need to get them on Farcaster because they could just be earning crypto and on the Base app, like both of them, without me doing anything. Like,
set them up with, you know, like a tipping, or I don't know.
Exactly. Like they could be getting
Advanced
tipped by
tipping.
other people if they do good stuff.
Co-build,
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, have them join.
Mobile,
Have them join on a Tuesday afternoon when everyone's got those sweet
I
rewards.
Wait, that's a good point. I think they're gonna be joining tonight, but maybe I'll cast something tomorrow after rewards go out.
There you go. Exactly.
Wow.
Like a list of all of them.
Is class in session right now?
Yeah, we're going tonight. Yeah, it starts tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. Tonight will be
That's so awesome.
my first in-person one. So yeah, it'll be good. So we'll get them set up with wallets tonight and really start rocking. So
that's
Wallets 101.
Yeah. Yeah, Wallets 101. So they're gonna learn about Clanker starting tonight. So yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Guys, guess who's number one on the rewards leaderboard?
Oh God. Who?
That guy.
Shut up. Is he really?
The
I
guy
don't know
who's
if I'm
talking
pointing
about
the right
sweet,
way.
sweet rewards.
Is that the first?
Yeah.
He farms
That
it.
makes sense.
But you wanna tell them your trick? I don't know
Oh,
if it's
what
still
did
true.
Secret.
What
The
did you
secret?
do?
Oh my God, I've been exposed. No, I think you just have to be casting like
Hangers.
very regularly. Like I every thought that comes into my head, I cast. But definitely there's some ways to game it, right? Like people, what do people love? They love matcha. I'm not really much of a matcha girly myself, but that gets good. It gets good
vibes.
Interaction. Posting that you're gonna be spending the rewards on people. That almost is always a hit. So if you need some points early on a Tuesday, wait for the rewards to end and then post about how you won rewards last week.
Also,
Like-
fire fits.
Fire
True.
fits. Ooh, fire fits
The
is a
man-
big one. Fire
the
fits
man
is a
has
big
fire
one. I get a
fits.
lot. Yeah.
Fire fits.
Fire fits.
I mean-
Fire fits is a good one. But yeah, I think just like besides like the specific little things about farming, I kind of use like Farcaster is kind of almost like a journal for me. I see it like it's just like I'm just like anything that comes out, I'm just giving myself to give yourself to the protocol, and you'll get on that leaderboard.
I love it. I love it.
From like, I think it's interesting from like the developer perspective too, because like since we introduced airdrops to the Clanker mini app, we're now number 3, which like usually like I think before we weren't even like listed, we were like 20s or like 30s, but
You're right.
I think it's
Put that together.
I think it's because as you send transactions through the mini app, it like boosts your ranking. And since airdrops, everyone's kind of claiming through the frame now, or the mini
So
app.
you claim through the
Through
mini
the
app.
frame.
I didn't even
You do.
realize that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, because there's really no. I would go to the mini app every once in a while, but if it was because I was doing admin stuff or I was looking at something, but a lot of times I was just going to the website. But that makes sense that you would then use it for that. Oh, cool. So that's very cool.
Just kind of was shocked to see that.
Clanker crew just rocked. I mean, by the way, the top 3 apps right now: Clankermon, Eggs, and Clanker, and then QR. Then there's one Monad thing, and then QR, then GIF. I mean, it's like all Clanker stuff. In the like, top 10 is mostly Clanker stuff.
We get the Boros on there though. Also,
Boros clanked a few times. Yeah.
We respect the pump.
Eggs are popping off. I don't know what's going on with eggs, but I think they're doing some really cool stuff.
He introduced some tipping mechanism that if you're holding, I think it's 10,000 eggs, then you get an allotment to tip or something. And I have that cast somewhere too, ready to go.
Interesting.
There's
he
he went degen like. Yep. That's exactly it. So that's why it's popping off.
Love it. You got this. Oh, whoops.
Cute.
These are the
Patches?
the patches. Yeah, I didn't get any shoes, but I got the
need
patches.
I've got
You
the.
guys did see my shirt, right?
The merch is love
Yeah, we
it,
get
love
merch.
it.
I've got
Ooh,
merch.
I like the
Hats.
custom cut too.
She's
Yeah.
out-
Yes.
Well, that's the girly cut because
That's
Yeah.
the way to go.
merch is always too big for her.
You got to cut the sleeves and
got
crop
the-
it a little.
The Clank
Yeah.
Force
Yes.
Oh, the Clank Force ones. I also have this hat. That's handy, just in case.
Oh,
you
yes.
know.
Everyone just has
those
wardrobes of
are
Clank.
rare.
This is the
No,
old school.
Danish, yeah, those are super rare. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's only like 15 or 20 of those.
Shut
in
up.
existence.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
I
that's
feel-
like
I
super
feel very-
rare.
So this is what I was wearing on the stream when I did my little Clankermon reveals. So I was
There
wearing
you
this one.
go.
Let's
switch 'em
go.
out. Wow.
Shout out to
this is
Q.
crazy.
Q and
Yes.
Opsis really they kill it on the merch side and Moon too. I think it's
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
that
maybe,
trio there.
Maybe we can.
Yeah, I
talk
think you
about,
made the first
so
one, right? I think you made the first.
Yeah,
You made these, right?
We've had we've had heavy. This has been just a collaborative effort. Me, Flood, and Q just absolutely hitting home runs every time he makes anything for us.
Amazing.
We're gonna be having a merch drop pretty soon. The way we're thinking about it right now is you're gonna collect the cast from Clanker, and that will be your pass to collect a tank top and some shorts. For this
cool.
drop. And there's
That
some
is
beach
very cool.
balls that might just find their way to our supporters soon.
I need all the things. I need
Yeah.
all
You're on the list.
things.
You're on the list. I can tell you. So are
I
you, AJ.
need them all. And I wear this hat like often because it's just very it's chill, it's cute. Like I actually clank that. I have this pile of hats, which actually became a clanker called Fallen Hats because it was just a pile of all different hats like this that I keep very handy that I just keep, switching things on and off. Oh, I have my new based hat came.
Oh,
So that
nice.
was cool.
Shout out, Garrett.
That one came with some based token, which was very cool. So I've got all my hats right here. Switch them out. So this is how we show off our sponsors sometimes too, with our hats. Whatever you can see, you can only see from here up. So make sure this
There you
is
go.
this is branded.
Love it.
Branded merch.
Thanks for repping.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. We love it.
means the
Okay,
world.
so we've been chatting a while, and I seriously think we could go like another hour, but we're gonna let you go, and then we'll catch up on a few more pieces of news. But what else? Is there anything else we didn't cover that you wanted to chat about before we wrap? I think we covered V4, we covered airdrops, we covered Onchain Summit, we covered a lot of projects, the champagne clankers.
Did a little,
yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
the
else?
4.1 preview I think was good. But yeah, that we're still implementing that, but excited for that. So
Awesome.
I think
Awesome. Okay, great. So Moon Poppy, thanks for joining us too. That was a little last minute. Like, can I come? I'm like, absolutely. Because I told Dish, bring anyone you want from the team.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that you popped on here.
I got to spend my morning with 3 of my favorite sweethearts. So very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
By the way,
Moon's a natural.
He's such a natural. Your cast last week. I, as a woman.
Oh yeah, right.
So I was like, it's not all women. Like literally, number 2 is about as dude as you get. So,
right? Come on.
Doesn't get much more dude than that guy. That was a perfect way to address that. It was really funny. Adrian, anything else I missed?
Oh my! I mean,
that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. Are we seeing you guys at base camp? You gonna be?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jack for sure. I applied, and hopefully I can pull on some cabal strings.
We got to pull some strings to get Moon here. Hopefully
Jesse,
not. But
Sneak them in your luggage.
Yeah.
Shove them in your luggage, Jack.
Yeah,
Sneak them in.
exactly.
Well, I will be there. And how about Dev Connect? I'll be at Basecamp.
Ooh.
Adrian's going to Dev Connect.
That's in Argentina, right?
It is. Yeah.
You know, I think
That'd be
I
cool.
think we talked about it this weekend. I hear they got great food in Argentina, so I just
This
Yes.
is what we hear.
I'd love to go.
You guys should go.
I
It's
gotta
in
check out the
September?
date.
And let's host a party together.
There you go.
Now we're talking.
There's
GM
an idea.
Farcaster, that was the
Vamos.
best karaoke. What was that? Was that
No.
ETH Denver?
That was
Eat
ETH
It was
Denver.
ETH Denver. Best event.
So fun.
Hands
I
down.
cannot. I am not authorized to host karaoke without Prof, and she's not making it to.
I'm
Dev Connect, so you-
authorizing.
Eat-
Okay.
Authorizing.
And also, you have to wait. It's going to be ETH Denver 26. It's going to be even better. So
Yeah.
for the karaoke, we'll save. But
Exactly.
So-
And we need Tim there. Tim has to be at karaoke.
Tim
was
has
great.
to be a
That was
karaoke.
killer. Shout out Bracky.
Killer. But also, there was a share karaoke by Moon Poppy that was not to be missed. Also, and it was pretty amazing.
We got- Yeah, Jack did hate Delilah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
did hate
I remember
Delilah. That's
that.
right. That was so fun.
oh, that was so fun.
That was so
That was
fun.
great.
So,
So
if you're
many
going to be at
memories.
December and you are normally in our chat, especially, but even if you're not and you're on Farcaster, you got to come. You got to come. It's so fun. We had a blast,
know,
and also
we
the
should-
food's really good too at that place. Like it's the best. It's the best venue I've ever done an event at. It's so good.
Well,
Super fun.
It'll be so big one year that it'll be at Red Rocks and the main stage.
I don't know about that.
Yes,
Maybe.
big.
Yes.
Oh my
We
God,
gotta-
Junior
junior
yes,
year.
year.
exactly. Visualize it.
Yeah. What year can we
Awesome.
do that? 2030.
2030. Sure. Okay.
All right.
2030 at Red Rocks. All right.
All 37 of us.
All 37 of us at Red
Yes.
Rocks on the stage. Amazing. That's so funny. Like literally, I think there were 37 of us literally at the very first karaoke. There was about 40. And then last year it was like more than double that. So yeah, we grow each year. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
Love it.
All right, we'll let you guys go. We're gonna drop you down, let you go. We're gonna
Thanks for
finish up
having
with
us
just a
on.
it's been amazing. This has been so fun. We're
Thank
gonna
you so
clip a
much.
bunch of stuff too and put it out there, so you'll be seeing
Sure.
yourselves all over the timeline.
Love it.
Love that. Love that.
Thank you so much for
All
being
right.
here. This has been a blast. We got to do this more regularly. There was too much
Totally.
to catch up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much to catch
Oh.
up on. Oh, I have one last question for you to satisfy my conspiracy theories. Have you met Phil and Jake at the same time in person?
No, I just met Phil, and I was supposed to meet Jake in Boston. I was away though, but I don't think that they're the same person.
Okay.
I think I have my sources.
I've never thought about this.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't know.
you messed up the rest of my day. Oh no.
Their voices are so different though.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Have you met them in
Your voice
person? Is my
changer.
point. You got voice
Have you
changers out there.
seen them talk about pseudo and anonymity and how they like are? They kind of
The
talk
first
about how
name.
they're the same person.
Just to
And
be clear, I
Wow.
don't really think they're the same person, but the conspiracy theory is
No,
very
but we're
fun.
gonna run with this.
Rob,
This
I
We're gonna run
never
with it.
did. I
We're gonna run
never
with it.
thought they were the same person.
I literally
So-
did.
And
I
I
literally-
completely now because of what things they say, it's like, oh, okay.
You
I
know?
feel
I
like
mean,
they're not even trying that hard.
Jake
They're-
launched a condo app. I mean, if condo isn't so Phil coded as a name, I don't know what is. Like, I mean, come on. Like that was
Now you've got
Very
me thinking.
filthy.
I'm gonna have to
The shoe
call
fits.
some people now.
I just
If
thought
they're
maybe
not the same
Jake
person-
was there. So that's why I thought maybe Jake was at Onchain Summit and I'm like, oh, maybe they
Well,
both were there.
it sounds like he was. Sounds like he was on stage
yeah.
with you.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's right.
Interesting.
Wow.
What do you think? All right. We'll continue the conspiracy then. We're going to
You
continue.
got
it
me
on. Now we
thinking
got
now. I'll,
two more
I'll
people
report
in the
back.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Two more
Oh,
people are
one
on
of
the
us.
conspiracy. All right, this has been awesome. Thank you guys so much for popping by. We really appreciate it. It's been a blast.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
We'll
Happy
be
Monday.
in touch. Yeah.
Happy Monday.
See ya.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
having us.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. That was so fun. That was
love
so,
them.
so fun. I love them so much. All right. We still have a couple more things that I want
By
to
the way,
get to.
let's talk about them. I love
Yes,
how
let's
you
talk
go
about them.
right. Yeah, let's now that they're not here.
Yeah.
How
Let's
great are
talk about
they?
them. So great.
How great are they?
I love them so
I
much.
love how when you go into Clanker in the beginning, like you spent no time asking them what Clanker is. You didn't ask them to like there's no background. It was just let's pull up.
I probably
this-
should have done that.
I don't think you need to. I don't think
Okay.
everyone knows what Clanker is. But you went immediately into just like go into just like the detail of the V4 and like all the different customizations, and you just went so deep so quickly. And I think that's what people wanted to hear is like you don't need the surface talk. So I thought that was really cool.
Okay, good.
That's all.
I was like, good
And,
point. I didn't even think of that. I should have like been a little bit
And-
more intro-ish.
No, it was fantastic.
Okay,
And can we
great.
do a quick just for people who joined because Clanker retweeted us and are new to GM Farcaster, we do a live stream Farcaster news show 3 times a week. So if you're watching on the GM Farcaster Twitter account, follow that account.
Welcome.
You'll get welcome. And then now if you want to stick around, we're going to go to our normal programming.
Yes, the normal programming. If I can even get these casts up because now my thing is bored. But
Okay, no,
we do have a
Clanker is
few.
like an ATM machine, no training required. Okay.
Nice. I like that.
That's
do like
because
that.
with an ATM machine, there's like 2 options though, which is right. Like
Deposit and withdraw. That's it.
there's yeah. I guess right. You could still use Clanker super simply. I guess that's
Yes.
the default.
Yeah, there is a
but
very
tons
it is
of
the default is
customizations.
simple, right?
Yeah.
The default is simple, but the what's happening in the background is nothing simple at all. All right, now my thing will not pull up all my
Red
links.
Wings. I
Come
thought you were
on.
trying to say something about like where the money comes from.
It's like that too sometimes.
It's
It'd be
yours.
like that sometimes. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Okay, come on, links are not opening for me. We did have a couple more things that I wanted to dive into because we ended up talking about a lot of the stuff that was on our list for today because it just came up while we were talking with them because a lot of it's Clanker related. So we talked about Clankermon, we talked about CoBuild, which launched, and I had a few things from the team I wanted to jump on, but it's not loading for me. There we go. Hide tokens. Okay, here we go. Oops. Let me bring this up. Hide tokens. So this is new on Farcaster. You can, in your Warplet, you can hide spammy tokens and prevent them from showing up in your wallet list and total balances. Tap Kebab, 3 dots, hide tokens to get started. This was just released. You may need to restart your mobile app to get it. So if you are seeing just too much in there, go check that out. That'll be helpful to moving along some of the crazier stuff that's in there now. And then this was a shout out to Yes to Crypto. Yes to Crypto said, you remember that short Cloudflare induced Farcaster outage the other day? This is a reminder to have an alternate wallet already decided. Determine where to safely store your seed phrase keys. Export your seed phrase. And it goes in Yes to Crypto went into about how to export your seed phrase. But this was a note from V. Thanks for posting this, Yes to Crypto. We're going to work very hard not to go down. 2, if you want to be safe, back up your seed phrase in a secure password manager like Apple's Passwords app. Be very careful about the app you use. Don't use Dropbox, Apple Notes, or other unsecured apps. And if you want to use it in another wallet, you can. We don't encourage this unless you are an advanced user or in an emergency where you can't access Farcaster. So just a note, like your wallet on Farcaster is secure from different. Can you explain that a little better? You can probably explain that a little better than I can. How is it secured?
Okay, so your Farcaster wallet is a self-custody wallet. So
Right.
if you've been in crypto and you have a Rainbow wallet or a MetaMask or a Ledger, like where you have a wallet that you originally spun up and you got your seed phrase, when you create your Farcaster account, by the way, your Farcaster identity is also on an Ethereum wallet on Optimism.
Right. On Optimism.
But when you use the Farcaster app, you have the option to spin up a Warplet. I will call it Warplet for the rest of my life. That is a embedded wallet. That embedded wallet is also a Ethereum wallet, also Solana. I mean, there's like on other chains as well, but
Right.
they don't ask you to, they don't have to, you don't have to take your seed phrase and write it down somewhere, because they're using, I think through Privy, but the whole password, the seed or the private key sharding, where it's like 3 different parties are holding a piece of it.
Right. That's what
and
it
they
is.
ask you to secure it by default using a passkey in your Apple. So it's like you can use your Apple, if you're using Apple, I don't know what it is actually on Android, but it's using your third of the key that you're responsible for. You can secure it using like the in-app kind of like passkey. It's secured with a passkey. So it's like the biometrics. The reason they do that, the reason they split it up into 3 is because they can help you recover your
That's what it is.
wallet if you,
Okay.
I guess this is like your account if you lose it.
So that's the
what does that
difference. Like you
mean?
could export it to an external wallet and you'll have that as a backup, but you might lose access, or you will, I think. I don't know. There was something you would not be able to necessarily recover through them anymore if you do that, or something like that, right? You still can? Okay.
I don't know for sure, but so I
It's a
think
good
all they're
question for
saying
Dan when we get him on. Yeah.
is if you can get your full seed phrase, but once you get your full seed phrase, now you're liable for attack. I mean, the other beauty of splitting up and doing the sharding of kind of having 3 different parties hold is similar to like a multi-sig, is like you can't break in if you only have 1/3 of it. You kind of need
It's
the
the
things,
security
I think,
feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Security
So
feature.
once you take your seed phrase, you can take you can open and manage your account using another wallet. But if you get attacked, if you lose if your seed phrase gets
snagged,
stolen,
then they also get
and
they also get access to Farcaster. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the other problem. So what if we're eligible for an airdrop? Then needs to connect our wallet to their website. That's the only reason I'll export. That is one reason, or you could just export, or you could just send whatever you need to that external wallet for that airdrop. So, but yes, that is a reason you might need it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before you attach your wallets for airdrops,
What
make
would
sure you
the
ask
token
yourself.
do? What would the token do? What would the token do?
Okay. Whatever explained about the wallets, I'm 90% sure that's how it works. That's kind of from I haven't gone and tested everything, but that's my general understanding of how the 2 different wallets in Farcaster work.
That I believe is correct. And that is my understanding as well. All right. Couple more things. This happened. we hit new all-time high for ETH. So we have to shout that out. So that was amazing. And then we hit it again. And then there was another one. And then it crashed. How are we doing now? I haven't looked yet. Have we recovered yet? How are we feeling today? No. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. It's on its way. It's on its way back up. So that's okay. We'll take that. But it's been it was an interesting weekend. So happy ETH all-time high. Yay. We love to see that, especially for those of us who celebrate, which is everybody. Zapper wallet. I still have not had time to dive in. I really need to. Have you had a chance to look at this yet?
Yes, I have Zapper on my phone. What's funny, when I first downloaded it, and I think we talked about this before, but it almost looked like Farcaster, but like heavy trading app first. Like it was prioritizing kind of the trading, almost more like an interface.
Okay.
Interface the app, not.
So yeah, interface the app that brings in that social.
Tells you who's trading what, and
the social piece of the
and they
trading.
flipped it now. So when you open Zapper, the like my For You page is a feed. Like it looks just like Farcaster. It looks just like the base app. And you have your own embedded wallet. Like, there's so many wallets. Why are there so many wallets?
So many wallets. I mean, if I die tomorrow, no one's finding all my money because they wouldn't even know where to look.
And
I didn't even know.
I
got a notification from YoYo app, which I didn't even remember. And I had like a couple $100 in there. And they were like, oh, we're shutting down. You need to move it. And I'm like, I don't even remember who you are.
I have so many also like old apps that were on test flight. You remember, like even like I tried. I tried using Mashicam's new app, but I was like, I got logged out of my old, so I'm like, I had a wallet in there at some point.
That's
Scoop,
right.
remember Scoop?
Yep.
I was like, had some old wallets there. But anyway, Zapper is it's still in test flight, so it's not even live yet.
Okay. But it was interesting to see B call that out too. So B's supporting the other clients, which is nice. So that was cool to see. All right, awesome. This is the big news, of course. The GIFs are back. So, you think we can't have GIFs? All right then. Here we go. It's kind of funny that
devs do something. Devs do something. And
so they did.
Yeah, they do.
So they did. So this is from 0x Conca. Reply to cast with GIFs at light speed. Open the @gif.com mini app. When you pop up asks you, press add to add the mini app to the roster. Press the share button next to the cast you want to reply to. Select GIF mini app share modal and choose a GIF to cast it. So this currently is token gated to use. You do need to hold 5 million GIF in order to use it. But guess what? There's another. But wait, there's another. This from Cashless Man. When I went to look for this app, this is the one that I found. And I was like, wait, there's two. So there's another one. It's in beta that is using Jiffy.com, the one that I normally use. And it's pulling in GIFs. So a couple new options today, a couple new apps that you can try if you just need to have your GIFs.
Okay. Also, a third one dropped.
What?
Mr. President, a third GIF app has dropped on the feed. Mo built one as well, MOE.
Oh my God. That's so funny. So we have 3 now. So that's great. You have lots of options.
And this is the problem, right? When you're building something. So we had talked about how like I paid for the token so I could use the app from.
Right.
And then some people are like, oh, why do I have to pay for it? But you don't have to anymore because Mo whipped up an app, he said, without requiring tokens or other crypto crap. It's a quote.
Or other crypto crap. That's funny. By the way, I wanted to just say, I did not mind, even though I had already found the one that was free and probably the one I'll use more often, just because I like Jiffy in general. I still paid because I wanted to support a builder. Like it wasn't even about the access for that one. It wasn't, what was it like? It was somewhere between $3 and $5. I want to support the builder. That's all.
It's also fun. Like it's fun to buy tokens in your wallet. Wait.
It's settled. It's settled. It's GIF.
It's not that deep. No one cares. It doesn't matter. Okay.
It's settled.
Leaderboard is ending. I guess it already ended. You get a boost if you swap. I think it's $100 a week. Doesn't it end tomorrow? It's Tuesdays. It's Tuesdays. Today's not Tuesday. Day.
Today's not Tuesday. Today's Monday. So it's like, wait a minute. What?
So I haven't gotten my boost this week. So that was another thing that I was like, maybe I'll get my boost by $3.
There you go. There you go.
Of GIF.
Of GIF or GIF. Your call. But this is cool and really good to see how quickly these things came out. Okay, other builders building things. Okay, everybody's been waiting for Clankermon. Like Matthew Fox has been saying, he literally was like last Tuesday was like, it's coming today, and it didn't come. So it's been a slog. They have been working on this. This is why we can't have trivia. Because they have been heads down, focused on Clankermon. It finally launched. I did some reveals. They're really cute. We're going to talk more about this on Wednesday. We're going to have Matthew and Eric here talk with their lovely, amazing Irish accents that I just cannot get enough of. We'll be here to talk about that. And where's my little, there we go. There's my little cover image. And look at how cute these Clankermons are. The little Brecky the Gadoopy, the better, the Clanker. Ended up with a Clanker. There was also like blonde. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're all named after various Clankers, and they're really cute. And they did an amazing job on it. So congratulations to them on their launch. Go check it out. If you had used Clankermon before and you had some baby mons, they should be in there, and you have to go and train them, and don't forget, or else they die like mine did. So
And Clankermon is like a Pokemon style game with built on Clanker in a Farcaster mini app.
Exactly.
On base. Okay.
On base.
Do I have to go play with, do I have to go like create a new personality and get into Clankermon?
I think you might. I think you just might.
It feels so inaccessible to me.
I get it, but you know what you could do? Even maybe you could set one up and like have your kid play and check it out. I don't know, or you could just wait till Wednesday, and then you might be more excited when you hear more about it. But it's really cute. It's fun, and it's interesting because there's different things that are attached to like the market caps of the tokens. So and there's degen. There's the one non-Clanker, I think, is degen. So degen's in there as well with a little top hat. So it's really cute. I definitely recommend taking a peek, and we'll have them Wednesday here talking about all the different features and all the things you can do in there. And it's cute.
That's fun. All right.
It's
so the
fun.
different tokens, our meme tokens are characters.
Exactly.
And you play a game.
Yeah. And you do different challenges, and there's quests, and there's a lot going on that I fully do not understand. And that's literally why I'm like, can you please come on? Because I don't want to put my little Clankermon in a dungeon and like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm such a boomer when it comes to games. Like these new, like I look at there's too many buttons and too many colors.
It's a lot of buttons. It's a lot of things going on.
Go.
We mentioned this already, but this is co-build. We did talk about this, but just shout out Rocket Man for all he's been putting together here. It's really cool. Apparently there were some issues today. They found a bug in the indexer. So some likes weren't processing, but it's fixed now. So coin away. So what you do is you add a coin that people can buy with their likes. So if they like your token, if they like your cast, if they comment on it, if they recast it, it ends up buying your token rather than just tipping them. So really cool, flipping it on the head concept.
And I saw you pull up that mini app earlier. Did you set this up for yourself?
Yes, I did.
Tip out, like for you to buy other people's tokens?
Yes.
Do you know how someone can map their, like, how do they know what creator token is assigned to an individual?
You know what? I don't know if that's public, but like you, the person who is setting it up, you can choose which token you want them to buy when they're using their budget. So you're doing two things. You as the person who's liking is setting a budget. So I set like a $10 budget, USD. And that's me buying from other people. Then on the flip side, I added my Clanker that I just launched via retake, Nounish Prof, as the one that gets bought.
And you can only set that up after you set your budget?
No, I think they're two separate things. I think.
Okay.
I think.
I have not set mine up yet. So I'm asking. However, in my Zora account, I have a creator coin.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yes. And if
creator
you search in there, that will likely pop up, and you'll see the little Zorb next to it.
But so I have a Zorb. So I have a creator coin in Zora, and in my Zora account, like this is what too many freaking wallets.
I know.
Like I've had enough. Okay, too many.
Mama's had enough.
Mama's had enough. So that I did attach. So to my Zora account, I did attach to my Farcaster account. So there is that connection.
Oh, okay.
But in my Zora now wallet, I am seeing a bunch of transactions.
You've seen people buy?
It says co-build. I'm seeing co-build buying my creator coin.
I bet it might have set some up.
Connection.
Yeah, the connection might already be there because it did that when I first went in. I think that your Zora coin kind of exists anyway. because
Yeah.
I think it was finding my Zora one, which I haven't really launched, I didn't think, but apparently it exists. And so then I switched it and put the contract in so it would go to the other one. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting. It's a very different type of mechanism. And you know what? It could also get very interesting from the perspective of a large investor, or investor is not even the right word, but like say a grant, like somebody like Octon or somebody like Purple, who is like, okay, we're going to go through and we're going to allot this much money and we're going to buy, X amount based on things we see because we like them and we like these creators and we like what they're putting out there. So I don't know. I just see a lot of different approaches to this that could be fun.
Yeah.
So
this
very
one,
interesting.
like of all the different variations of micro transactions and micro tipping and this one intuitively feels like the most, I don't know, I get it the most.
Yeah.
It's like easier for me to grasp.
I think there was a lot of that, by the way. This took off very quickly. Like I started to see it a lot on my feed very fast. And I think it resonated with a lot of people. Like you're not alone. Like I think a lot of people went, oh, and I know I had that moment of like, oh, wait a minute. That's really interesting. Like that's a very different approach to this tipping thing where you're actually, even if you're holding the token, you could be contributing to the value going up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like different ways this goes. So very cool. Very cool, Rocket Man. You're always doing things. Like I said, he is a very cracked dev. I've seen him create quite a few really cool things along the way, including Flows, which was a grant process, and it was pretty intricate the way it worked in terms of who was getting grants, how you curated it, all these different things. He also did some different types of BRGDA approaches to auctions, like very intricate stuff. So this guy's he's got chops. He's definitely got chops. What are you screenshotting? What are you screenshotting over there?
Are we still live? I've moved
Still
on.
live. Are you busy?
I'm DMing. I'm
I
pinging
know. We
Rocket
usually
Man.
don't go this long. If you're new here, sorry. This is extra long today. There's a lot happening. So a couple other things. We mentioned minted merch already. Very cool. Also sort of popping off this weekend on Farcaster. This was really cool to see. They did a minted merch mini app raffle. People won some pillows. Look at the pillow, the banker pillow. How cute is that?
Love it.
Like banker stuff, like very cute. So love it. Love the merch. Love the site. It looks really good. You guys did a great job with that. Then I have to just throw this out there. There's two things happening here. Okay. So Farcaster admin, aka Borodutch, has a project called Eggs. You may have seen it. Launched a new thing and started doing this tipping mechanism, and that's why you're seeing some craziness with the eggs. But this was really funny. Jake called it, but I think I only discussed Eggs plan with Phil, so I don't know what does Notice Prof think. So, in other words. Anyway, Jake said 9 days ago, Farcaster admin casted about how Eggs mini app was up to almost 100K users. It had 60K market cap. I said it was probably the only mini app with user count greater than market cap, and bought some eggs. Are up 7x in 9 days. Since I don't like the foul language, but users are users. 100K is impressive. So it was kind of funny. He was pointing out that like people were kind of calling like, oh, it seemed like it was undervalued, and apparently it was, because it's popping off right now. So get your eggs. There you go. And see, the conspiracy is spreading. There we go. The Phil, Jake, are they one and the same conspiracy? I don't know. If I was Phil and I was creating a pseudonym, I'd probably create something that was one syllable. And I'm just saying.
4 letters, 1 syllable. And if they don't want people to think there's a conspiracy, they should probably both come on our show at the same time.
There we go. That'll do it.
and we'll settle it.
And then we'll settle it. There we go.
They've both been on before.
They've
So
both been on
we
before.
But
They
but
met
Jake
together.
but Jake does not show his face. So Phil could easily have 2 laptops, 2 cameras, use a little voice.
We'll need some kind of harmony. They'll have to sing something together or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Karaoke of some sort. All right. Couple more really quick funny things, and then we're gonna wrap. This was from Brad Q. Farcasters who casts not the people resemble the cast of Seinfeld. And I just thought this was really, really funny. And this was the reason I'm sharing this more so. One, I was mentioned as Elaine, and I'll take it. But second of all, this is in response to Nanar. So Nanar's AI is now getting some interesting questions. And it was asked who it thought was a match for the different characters of Seinfeld, and Brad just disagreed with the answer and said, this is where a human is better than AI on this one. And I agree. I think he kind of nailed it here. It was pretty funny. Like 6 and 0x designer as Jerry. Have you ever noticed? I mean, like that to me is very 6. Have you ever noticed? Jeff Goldberg and Cronella as George, me and JC as Elaine, and Driven by Boredom and Marlo as Kramer, which is funny.
I love most stable of group does not say much.
Does not. Yeah. Sharp wit. Very funny. So very, very funny. By the way, there's an insane amount of GIFs for Elaine dancing, which is, I found that out when I was looking for things. And the other thing I thought was really funny was this, stealing the Twitter trend, reply with a photo only your fandom would understand. You all, if you watch the show, you absolutely understand this because you are good enough, you're smart enough, you're good enough, and gosh darn it, people like you. They really, really do. I think that was it. I think I had 2 more quick things, but they're not pulling up, so they're not that important, I guess. One last thing from Dillstack, and we talked about this a little bit, so I should have showed it when we were talking with Dish and Moon Poppy. It was Dillstack said, would highly recommend checking out the demos from the Onchain Summit hackathon below. Starts at 3642. One of the highest quality sets of apps from a hackathon I've been a part of. Massive shout out to all the teams and our amazing hosts at Onchain Summit for everything this week. So go check those out. I haven't had a chance yet. I have checked out a couple of them, obviously CoBuild and the Cody one that I hate and love at the same time because I can't crack the stupid code. But I loved it. I loved trying.
And it cost $1 to try.
Yes. And I was like, you guys are making so much money off of me and I'm getting so frustrated. And I literally, like, oh, you should, work together. I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely what I should have done. And I just was so like, I want to do this myself. I was really in that mode. Like, I want to figure it out. I'm so close. It's like, I know I'm close. Anyway, that's it. Anything else, Adrian? That was a lot. You were pretty quiet. I was very chatty. I'm going to hear from my mom about that, by the way.
I don't have the Clank creds to run that interview. Oh, I've only clanked.
I disagree.
I've only clanked 3 times.
I disagree.
Oi. So many clanks.
Yeah, so many clanks. I could use some basil bug right now.
But that was super fun. I love hanging out with Dish and Moon Poppy.
And Moon Poppy. I know.
And Lily, we gotta get Lily on sometime.
We do. We definitely do.
I mostly really had so many questions about, honestly, like the dev side of like how do you like building Clanker and how when you like going to the Farcaster side when we see Dan build in public and how they try to avoid lots of options for things and trying to create kind of like the default path. And then seeing, I know you've clanked a lot and have always had like requests for things you wish you could kind of customize. And also this idea of like, yeah, anyone can write your own contract. Cool. But you don't know how. And you can't really vibe.
Yeah.
You don't really want to be vibe coding smart contracts. Thank you, Horsefax, for that reminder last week.
Don't do that.
So it's great to have, like, the token launchers are great. And so I was just I just am like, just from a engineering standpoint, I think it's interesting to know how they build the contracts, like what goes into them.
That'd be a good, that might be a good thing. Let's get Lily on, because she's also was an auditor, which I didn't realize she used to audit contracts.
Right. So how do you decide
that would
what
be a great
becomes
combo?
like is worth it to put a parameter in, right? Which adds complexity, but gives people choice. And then how do they audit and secure, and that's all. But I didn't
that would be really good.
Jump in today, so we can do that another time.
I think that would be a really good idea to do. And I think that's a great one to bring Lily on to chat about too, because I think she's got some other past experience that might be good to like shine some light on with that. So cool idea. All right, folks, thanks for hanging with us. This is a very long one. This might be like one of our longest ever, but we had such a good chat with Moon Poppy and Dish. So if you missed the beginning part, we'll have the recording will show on Twitter and YouTube right now, and it'll be everywhere else shortly. And we'll also throw some clips out there as well. But we had a blast. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging with us. And we will be back on Wednesday. As we mentioned, we'll have the team from Clankermon joining us, and it's going to be super fun. Maybe we'll get Adrian actually playing Clankermon. We'll check it out. We'll see. And I'll probably send at least one of mine into a dungeon, but and at least understand what the heck that even means. So we'll be back on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. We'll see you then. And with that, everybody, bye-bye.